Emmerdale's Dan Spencer drowned his sorrows during Tuesday night's episode after he was arrested for GBH for punching Amelia's stalker. Emmerdale fans seem to think an exit could be on the cards for Dan Spencer after he turned to drinking alcohol in order to cope. After his daughter Amelia Spencer discovered he had been charged by the police with GBH, Dan went to David Metcalf's shop to buy a bottle of whiskey. The mechanic sat in the woods to drown his sorrows but was soon stopped by David. Dan shared his fears with the shop owner, telling him he could go to prison if Amelia's stalker, Lloyd, dies. "I am just waiting for the phone call to say that H is dead," Dan told David in the shop. "I am sorry your son has been messed up by all of this because that is another life I have ruined." As he sat alone, David approached Dan, telling him, "I was worried about a couple of things. 1. I might have upset you earlier, and 2. I probably shouldn't have sold you that. I just needed something to do to take my mind off things for a minute," Dan replied. He added, "They have charged me with GBH, it is not good, you know. Lloyd the guy the first. I should have come to see you sooner, Dan," David went on. "I am sorry. What am I going to do? I can't cope with being charged, but if he dies," Dan sobbed, "I might go for manslaughter or murder even. I just wanted to look after Amelia, now look what has happened." Following the segment, fans took to Twitter to share their concern about Dan's health, with many suggesting he could end up leaving the village one way or another. Steve B. there tweeted, "Breaking news, Dan will now be an alcoholic." Pam de Beauvoir shared, "Dan, giving yourself liver damage won't help." They later added, "Dan, just pack your bags now. The law is not on your side." Dion Petrie theorized, "Maybe Dan will get the jail and we won't have to see his depressing face." Aaron Dingles pleaded, "Can they just send Dan down now? I'm sick of his whining on. I do feel sorry, Dan. Any responsible adult would do anything to protect their child," Mike Priestley commented. As Perf with Surf said, "Desperate Dan going to drink himself into oblivion."